Is Trump dying? Because it really seems like he might be dying a little bit, dying just a little bit. And I'm not talking about the milk jug ankles or anything like that. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the upper body or what passes for one. The hand thing is still there and it's spreading actually. So he was spotted flashing a bruised thumbs up in a photo at the Trump National Golf Club in Virginia. And actually, can we go to graphic 2? We'll go back to the first one because that's even more ridiculous. But in graphic 2, you see that, yeah, he's got that strange patch of foundation that, again, it always reminds me of in The Witches when the potion is like poured on the witch's skin and it turns into rat flesh. So that's what Trump's got there. There is this close up though. I apologize to the TD. Can we go back to graphic 1? This is insane. Like, I've never before seen one photo that proves this guy does not have a single person around him who both cares about him and feels like they can actually talk to him. Because that is a worse blending foundation job than the perfect circle of orange on the front of his face. You went outside with that, buddy, and nobody said anything. Was that the only color of foundation they had? But anyway, that's what they went with, and so that's not looking good. And I mean, like, he knows that we can see this, right? We have eyes. They can see it from the moon. It's such a bad job. But here's the thing. Those 2 photos look bad. Take a look at this one though, graphic 3. Now that, it's zoomed out, but he's got a bruise. And so you might be wondering, well, why are you showing me that? That's the other hand. And here's the fascinating thing. Now, the cover story for why his hand has been rotting for months now has always been, well, he just shakes so many hands. You know, he shakes the hand or whatever. Then why is his left hand bruising like that? And by the way, I don't even need to see the left hand to not believe that stupid cover story. So he shook so many hands that he bruised his hand and then just kept doing it for months. He couldn't stop. He cares about the people so much. By the way, have you ever seen Donald Trump going down a line and shaking like hundreds of his followers' hands? I've literally never seen that in my life. So anyway, both of his hands are now rotting. And a lot of people think this is just, it's where they put the IV in. He's clearly getting treated for something and he is lying to your face about it. And it just seems ironic considering how much the right focuses, for better or worse, and maybe rightly, on people in Biden's orbit not being honest about his physical deterioration, and then they're lying to your face about it and not even doing a good job. I mean, Trump has developed a few new tricks. Watch this video and see if you can notice them.
It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. You see the way this is looking? Look, nice. I can't tell you how much that gold costs. A lot of money. There's nothing like gold, and there's nothing like solid gold. But with this beautiful office needed it.
Why are you doing that, buddy? Why are you doing that? Why do you? It's a dainty move. I'll give you that. Actually, I remember Anna's dog Charlie like lays like that, and it was always very dainty. It was like a little baby deer or something. Trump, why are you acting like a little baby deer? Why don't you show me your big alpha gorilla paw there? Let's see how that's looking. Now look, people can get health problems. And I don't want to mock their health problems, but when you lie to us over and over and over again, it sparks a lot of questions. And so either you're hiding your weird rich witch's rat skin, or is that where you're keeping the Epstein files? Why won't you show us what's under there, JR? What do you think?
Bro, it's one of those things, right? If he didn't put any makeup on that hand, it'd be less noticeable. Like almost it's a spotlight. I was like, bro, like, oh. I mean, normally old guys, maybe there's some like, what are those called? The liver spots. Sometimes old folks get on their skin. Like you can maybe cover it up and hide as that. Sometimes people have moles and they'll stick like a little dot, be like, oh, it's just a birthmark. I mean, not a mole, but like a zit on their face. But like, if you're gonna bring attention to it, don't bring attention to it with a spotlight, bro. He has no idea what he's doing. But the main thing I'm looking forward to is for the Nobel Peace Prize to be given to whatever ailment eventually takes his ass out. Maybe we'll get a Medal of Honor. Maybe there'll be some kind of a ceremony that someone else can conduct in the golden laden White House with all the gold plated tacky stuff that he's got going on there. But no, I'm whatever that issue was apparently isn't deadly. as people are hoping for. Who knows how these things will spread? And I see you're pointing out, I was wondering this, and I don't know if you're getting to it. I haven't seen him doing too much physical activity. The one physical activity that he does like to do, riding around in golf carts and not doing anything else except brag about the green grass on his golf courses, and people telling him that he's great at his golf game so they can kiss his ass some more. I'm just waiting for the moment.
Look, I'm not very inclined to give Donald Trump credit for anything, but I will give him credit for a little bit of savvy in 2 areas. So, perhaps worrying about the possibility of cognitive decline showing up in the way that he speaks, he got ahead of that problem by making no sense while talking for literally decades. And in the same way, reduced physical activity might be a sign of physical decline. So he's barely moved for decades. He's been planning, he plays the long game. But anyway, there was a similar sort of thought that was expressed by Trump Tracker on Twitter that said, Donald Trump has not golfed in 13 days. Today would be 14 days, the longest absence since taking office in January. He is dying. And here's why this is my favorite tweet. So they're like, he hasn't played golf, he's probably gonna die. And then a bunch of people jump in and like, no, he's played golf multiple times in the past 14 days, which I don't doubt. It's true, and it turns out that that first tweet was wrong. But I love that they're like, no, the president's constantly playing golf. I love that that's the defense that they have. Anyway.
You haters, you don't realize the president isn't doing anything but playing golf. How
exactly. He's playing golf right now. Also, you mentioned it, but I love I love populism, and there's nothing more populist than there's nothing like gold, there's nothing like solid gold, and you can never have enough. You know how regular guys talk at the bar about how they love solid gold, and their den is just covered in solid gold. Oh, I love populism. Tell me more about populism. Anyway, they're gonna keep lying, and maybe it's nothing, maybe the fluid in his body just gathering day by day in his socks is nothing. I don't know, but I hope. Okay,
imagine what that smells like, John.
Can you imagine what it smelled like before that? If you enjoyed that, then make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming a member. So you're probably wondering, why would I do that? Well, when you do that, you get access to bonus content that I make every single week, and it's a lot of fun. You get custom emojis and more. If you join at tier 3, by the way, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself. And you'll get all that going forward, but you'll also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips and top 10 lists and debates and more. So what are you waiting for?